So now that you have some overview and background information from Part 1, now let's take a look into using DPLA's interface to full advantage. From the top navigation bar of DPLA, you can access a number of pre-curated primary resource sets, exhibits, and topic collections, or you can search the collection and save lists. The primary resource sets act as a sort of highlight reel. They're designed to save educators and students research time. The sets are classroom ready and adaptable from middle school through early higher education. They were designed and vetted by educators who represent a range of grade levels and disciplines, from middle school through higher ed, history, English, humanities, computer science, etc. The main page for a primary resource set can be found at DPLA/primary-source-sets. Each set is represented by a thumbnail and categorized into subject and chronological categories. You can scroll through the whole page to browse all the sets, or filter by subject or time period using the navigation bar at the top, indicated by the box around the filter bars. You can use filters to browse primary source sets. Using the drop-down menus in that navigation bar, you are able to filter sets by both subject and time period. You'll find subjects that align with courses you might be teaching, like U.S. history, literature, or women's history. But there's also thematic subjects like migration, women, and Native Americans. Note that time period categories align with the U.S. National History Standards. You can use both filters simultaneously featured. Here we have source subject equals women and time period equals the Great Depression and World War II. Let's say you decide to use the Great Migration primary resource set as a first look. Let's walk through the standard elements that you'll find in each primary source set. Each set has a topic overview. These are written for both student and teacher audiences. Below the overview, each set has 10 to 15 sources with thumbnails and handwritten captions. There's also an easy-to-use Cite This link on the right-hand side of the overview. If you click on an item from a source set, each individual source page, you'll find the source image, document in a zoomable viewer, or a multi-page PDF document, or a media player for audio or visual. There's space below for custom captions, additional description, and transcriptions and translations as needed. You can use the slider on the bottom to navigate between resources in that gallery slider, or use the previous and next links. Again, on the right-hand side, you'll find primary source analysis prompts and citation information for the item, as well as a link to see the full research item hosted by the owning institution, in this case, New York Public Library. Each set also has a teaching guide for educators who wish to use the set in a classroom. Each teaching guide includes discussion questions, anywhere from 5 to 10, and each of those questions link back to specific resources they reference within the set. Each teaching guide also has at least one classroom activity with more hands-on interactive idea for how to engage the sources with your students. Analysis and inquiry prompts and primary source analysis tools are also available on the guide. You can navigate to specific sections of interest in exhibitions, again using that top navigation bar. There are currently 32 exhibitions on the site, which were designed to tell stories with DPLA's collective content geared towards a broad audience. Within an exhibit, you can navigate to sections of interest, the link being in this exhibition. You can go to subsets there, or you can use Explore Exhibition to read the exhibit start to finish. Pages within an exhibition include featured items, explanatory text, and descriptive captions. You can navigate using the next and left, the previous and next buttons, or on the left-hand side you can use the menu in order to navigate through the exhibit. Going back to the DPLA toolbar, Browse by a Topic is a new feature that is designed to showcase a breadth and variety of content in DPLA without having to do a search. It brings up the items. It does not have the same kind of contextual information that the exhibits or primary resource sets have. Each topic is organized into a series of subtopics. Each subtopic has 50 to 60 individual items selected from DPLA's collections. The DPLA plans to continue to add more topics using this feature. DPLA's metadata allows for searching for items using string searching, Boolean operators, and wildcards. In this case, it lets you use exact phrases. Note that if you do put a string search in quotation marks, it will find those words together at the top of the results page, but as you get lower in the results page, it will find the words migrant or worker anywhere within the metadata. Boolean search operators obtain. Note that the default, if you put 2 words into the search string, it automatically defaults to AND. However, it supports Boolean searching of AND, OR, and NOT. DPLA also supports wildcard searching. The asterisk can be used to substitute for one letter within a word or for the remaining characters at the end of a word. Again, for more information on searching the DPLA using the search box, we'll cover more of that in Part 3. Finally, from the DPLA toolbar, there's a section on creating lists. You can create lists either from the topics, that set of 50 to 60 items that has been brought together in a topic collection, or from your own search results when you put your own search terms in the search bar. For your list, you can have up to 50 items in each list. Once you've created a list, you can visit DPLA lists to manage them. You can also download lists to use and save in your preferred spreadsheet program. You should note that lists are private and browser specific. Any lists you create exist only in the browser you used to create them. If you want to share a list, it's recommended that you download it and share the spreadsheet file. In the next section, we'll discuss searching the DPLA portal.